Good day. The purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate how to install and set up the custom billing server into a virtual machine managed by VirtualBox, in order to use it locally or remotely. First of all, the custom billing server comes with an application offered by the ANS company as a turnkey solution along with a virtual server. Some of the billing application features are as follows. The ability to use the application in only English or French as a single language, or in a bilingual mode including both English and French. The integration of a loyalty program, that could be activated to award points based on purchases or referrals by existing clients. This could allow your business to substantially grow and retain its customer base. The ability to manage users with access rights, as well as admins and super administrators or main admins. A feature-rich management interface for your clients. A management interface for your stocks of tangible products with related categories. A management interface for the services you offer with related categories. A management interface for the subscription plans of any recurring services you might offer with related categories. Subscriptions could be assigned to clients with very flexible billing cycles. The ability to quickly and accurately create invoices and quotes, that could include your products, services, or client subscriptions, added either by pre-selecting a category then a related item, or through a simple auto-suggest feature. The invoices are produced in letter or thermal roll format for printing, and could also be sent to clients by email anytime. The invoice history, and invoiced items history will be at your disposal. An auto-billing feature will allow the server to track all subscription due dates, and automatically generate pending subscription invoices for each client, even before the subscription cycle becomes effective. Several charts will be available, allowing you to quickly view sales, profits, or production metrics, related to individual users or historical data. A tool that helps generate labels for tangible products with flexible design choices, will be at your disposal. A tool that helps create work order appointments with your clients, will be at your disposal. The appointments will be displayed on a calendar with daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly views. You'll have the ability to adjust your business tax rules in a very flexible manner, based on any country, state, province, or region of your choice. The choice of a currency sign will apply throughout the entire application, including invoices and quotes that are produced. Before proceeding with the installation of the custom billing server into a VirtualBox machine, it is obviously important to have VirtualBox already installed into your Windows, Mac, or Linux system. This demonstration will focus on the Windows environment, and we'd like to start by suggesting 3 preliminary and simple steps that should make this solution work for you, regardless of your operating system. Step 1. Make sure to enable hardware virtualization in the BIOS of your computer. Please read the instructions on the screen, for further help regarding this first step. Step 2. Download the VirtualBox software package from a trusted source, then install it into your Windows, Mac, or Linux computer. Please read the instructions on the screen, for further help regarding this second step. Step 3. Download the ISO file of the custom billing server from a trusted source, Then check the file integrity using a checksum validation tool. This integrity check is optional, but highly recommended to ensure you've downloaded a valid file. Please read the instructions on the screen for further help regarding this third step. We will now proceed with a demonstration of how to install and set up the custom billing server into a VirtualBox machine under the Windows environment. For this demonstration, we have already enabled hardware virtualization in the computer's BIOS and installed the VirtualBox application. We will therefore begin by verifying the integrity of the custom billing server ISO file, which has already been downloaded. The path to the ISO file is c:/cbs-cbs-sfp_v25.11.iso. We will use the certotil command, which is already integrated into the Windows system. We will wait a moment to confirm the match of the checksum value that was previously provided to us. The value match has been confirmed. We will now create a new virtual machine, which we will call Billing System. We will assign it the previously downloaded and verified ISO file. The operating system is Linux. The operating system distribution is Linux 2.6. The operating system version is Linux 2.6/3.x/4.x/5.x, 64-bit. The value of this option may slightly differ depending on the version of VirtualBox. The key point here is the 64-bit architecture. And we will move on to the specifications of the virtualized hardware. It is recommended to allocate a minimum of 2 GB of RAM to this virtual machine, up to half the memory available for the host system. In our specific case, we will therefore allocate 6 GB of RAM, out of the 16 GB of RAM available to this virtual machine, or 6,144 MB. We will also allocate 2 CPUs, out of 4 available. Regarding the virtual hard drive specifications, the recommended minimum for this system is a 15 GB drive, up to 20, 25, or even 30 GB, depending on your available storage space. We will allocate 15 GB and save the setting. Then, we will revisit the initial configuration by returning to the Display tab to ensure that the video memory is set to at least 128 MB and that the graphics controller is set to VBox SVGA before starting this virtual machine. We will also disable the system sound to finalize this configuration and proceed with the initial startup. Please note that for any operating system installation in a virtual machine, we will typically perform 2 virtual machine startups to complete the project. The first initial startup will use the ISO image and is intended simply to install the operating system onto the newly created virtual hard drive. Then comes the second startup, which will use the virtual hard drive, and during which we will perform the final configurations that will remain permanent for all subsequent startups. After this initial startup, we access the desktop and launch the Knoppix installation tool on the virtual hard drive, with a single click. We will choose the second option for installation on the fixed hard disk, and then confirm that it is indeed the recently created VirtualBox virtual hard disk. Next, we will select the first option, which will create a persistent partition with our installation, and we will confirm the formatting of this partition twice. We will click OK to confirm the size of the persistent partition. Then, we will wait a few minutes for the operating system installation on the virtual hard drive to complete. This step will take a few minutes. We will therefore take a short break and return once it is finished. At the end of this process, we are asked if we want to encrypt our storage space with a password. We will choose No for this demonstration. It's worth noting that although encrypting this partition offers security advantages, it significantly increases the installation time. Furthermore, there is a risk of losing total access to the system if you forget this password. However, this is a decision to be made individually on a case-by-case basis. The operating system installation to the hard drive is now complete. It's time to shut down this machine, make some final configuration adjustments, and then start it again. We will press the Enter key to eject the ISO file. For this final configuration, we will first go to the System tab to uncheck all boot devices except for the virtual hard drive. We will also uncheck the hardware clock in UTC option to ensure that the virtual machine's time matches the host machine's time. Next, we will go to the Storage tab to ensure that the ISO file is detached from the IDE controller. This appears to already be done, as it is listed as empty. Finally, we will complete this configuration in the Network tab. For this demonstration, we will configure two network adapters. See below for our notes table provided for this purpose. The first adapter will be for the host-only private network, for which we will simply note the MAC address. Host-only network 0800270042 EAF. As for the second adapter dedicated for bridged network access, we will verify in the name field that the physical adapter associated with the external router interface is correctly selected. Then, we will also note its MAC address. Bridged LAN network 0800273980B5. We will now click OK, and proceed with the final startup. Note that in practice, you will only need one of the two network interfaces. We simply want to explain the purpose of each network interface. The host-only private network allows access to the server applications from the host machine only and will generally have a private and fixed IP address, already configured in the virtual machine for convenience. While the bridged network allows access to the server applications from the host machine, as well as all other machines connected to the same local network, because it is created by a direct connection to the local network router. Its private IP address is dynamically assigned by the local router's DHCP server. However, it would be important to reserve this IP address in the router's DHCP settings if you choose this configuration, to prevent it from changing periodically. Once the virtual machine has restarted, we will first right-click on the network connection icon, then select the Edit Connections option. For host-only connection, we will go to the Ethernet tab to assign the MAC address previously assigned by the VirtualBox Manager and noted, then to the IPv4 Settings tab to note the static IP address. The gateway and network here must always match the default addressing of the host's VirtualBox adapter. For bridged LAN connection, we will also go to the Ethernet tab to assign the MAC address previously assigned by the VirtualBox Manager and noted, then to the IPv4 Settings tab to confirm that DHCP is enabled. We will save the network connections and then right-click and left-click on Enable Networking to activate the network connections. Once the connections are established, we will return one last time to connection information to confirm the IP and MAC addresses, and then note the IP address for the bridged LAN connection provided by DHCP. We will then launch the one-click installation of the billing system, with demo data that best suits our needs, then we will confirm and take a short break. At the end of the billing system installation, we will click No when prompted to open the application inside the VM, as our goal is to access it from the host machine, or from another machine connected to the local network. We will now test both connections using web browsers such as Google Chrome and Edge. Please note that the HTTPS versions are supported by self-signed SSL and TLS certificates, and are only intended for an internal use of applications, not public-facing ones. http://192.168.56.100/local billing. Once authenticated in the application, it is important to take the time to watch the support videos for help with the various configurations within the application. And, before activating any new installation, it is minimally important to enter your company name in the application settings. For example, my business name. In conclusion, the host-only connection allows the use of applications hosted by VirtualBox from the host machine only, while the bridged network connection allows the use of applications hosted by VirtualBox on both the host machine and all workstations connected to the same local network, as well as remotely, if associated with a domain name, with port forwarding, plus additional and adequate security measures. It is also important to understand that you should normally choose only one or the other of the two types of connections we just demonstrated depending on your business-specific needs, while bearing in mind that exposing your billing server or host machine to any type of internet traffic carries security risks that should ideally be avoided, or absolutely mitigated for the long-term sustainability of your business. Please, do not hesitate to contact us via WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram for any support needs. Thank you for your attention. We now wish you to have an excellent day. Goodbye now.